Drink for one, please. My boss just laid me off. I really needed the job, but I really needed the money. But sucks now. And then my goldfish died. So now I'm just all by myself, and I have nothing to do all day, and I'm just such a loser and such a loner, and there's nothing to live for. Ma'am, final call for drinks? Ma'am.
Have you ever been crashed by a car because you had too much to drink? Nivy, this is called commercial host liability, where in the restaurant or bar or whatever commercial place you go to doesn't uphold its standard of care and lets any drunk person walk out and get hit by a car like you.
What?
You can sue the bar for commercial host liability. People who are under the influence of alcohol do not always consider their own duty of care, so the bar holds responsibility for allowing a highly drunken person get into an accident.
Sign this for a guaranteed win for special compensations.
Which are compensation for the out-of-pocket expenses such as therapy fees.
Like your $1.2 million hospital fees.
Your Honor, the plaintiff is found to have contributed negligence for not restraining herself from consuming liquor above the reasonable amount, meaning she should be held 25% at fault. Also, not only is this contributory negligence, which resulted from the victim's action, caused part of the damage, but also foreseeability, as a reasonable person should be able to anticipate the results of the action, in this case, having too much alcohol.
Your Honor, the defendant had a duty of care and failed to uphold her standard of care. She should have made sure that Miss Nivy did not leave the bar in a vulnerable state and should have prevented my client from having more alcohol when she was already very clearly drunk.
Order in the court. The plaintiff is granted $1.2 million instead of $1.5 million as they contributed 20% of the negligence.
Thank you. You guys are so good at this.
We also serve plaintiffs of social host liability. Social host liability is basically when social hosts serve alcohol in their own homes but receive no profit from it whatsoever. Their duty of care is that if they know their guest is intoxicated, they make sure that their guest does not leave and drive.
If you know anyone who needs a reliable lawyer to represent them after a drunken accident at a social gathering, call us and get a guaranteed civil remedy, such as non-pecuniary damages, to make up for all the struggle and pain that led to the loss of enjoyment of life.
The suspect is witnessed to be a bald Caucasian male.
I'm not bald or Caucasian or male!
You're arrested for murder.
Deborah Quinn, we are here as your lawyers to sue the officer that wrongfully arrested you for a crime that you did not commit.
This is called a negligent investigation. Usually the police will allow harm you conducting an improper investigation negligently.
Your Honor, my client here has been wrongfully accused of a murder she did not commit, leaving 10 years of prison sentence. Because of the years spent behind bars, the defendant should compensate for the pecuniary damages that were caused because Ms. Deborah could not work during the decade she was arrested for a crime she did not commit. Also, during the arrest, the defendant trespassed onto the property of Ms. Deborah.
Your Honor, as the police, my client had a search warrant and she had the legal authority to enter the property of the plaintiff at the time because she was a suspect. It was also her duty to protect the safety of the public, meaning arresting her was just her duty.
Order in the court. Order in the court. The plaintiff is granted $960K for the pecuniary damages.
Since 1849, our law firm has stood strong and firm, working to build a better future for you and me.
These lawyers have helped me receive a contingency fee for my court case fees and all. It's a win-win. I get my justice, they get the money if we win.
When we win.
Why injustice when we can bring you justice?